Breaking news this morning in a story that has captivated the nation. We have major developments in the search for Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie.
Police say a person of interest has been questioned, released, and now he's speaking out. This all comes hours after law enforcement recovered these images from Nancy's home security camera. You can see a masked individual wearing gloves and a backpack. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon is live with us here in studio with more on this. Courtney?
Yeah, good morning, Corey and Drew. The FBI says it has not identified suspects or persons of interest yet in this case, but we have a little bit more information on how investigators got these photos. You may remember early in the investigation, missing security footage was a big mystery. According to FBI Director Kash Patel, the FBI and local law enforcement were able to recover what they called back-end data that still had the footage. They think this person may have tampered with the camera itself. Now, law enforcement executed a search warrant in Rio Rico, Arizona last night. It's about an hour south of Tucson where Guthrie disappeared. It's also very close to the U.S.-Mexico border. This is a look at the scene. New this morning, the man who lives at the southern Arizona property says he was the one who was questioned and that he's innocent, according to NBC. He says he delivers packages in the Tucson area, but had nothing to do with Guthrie's disappearance.
All I know is that they show my in-law a picture of somebody wearing a mask or something, and they supposedly it looked like my eyes.
And this man says he was released from questioning after several hours. The Pima County Sheriff's Office would not confirm his release to NBC. Investigators have not said whether the person brought in for questioning is the same one seen in the doorbell camera video. We still do not know where Nancy is more than 10 days after she disappeared. The law enforcement says there has been a surge in tips ever since the surveillance images were released. Live in the studio, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
All right, thank you, Courtney. More breaking news here this morning. The FAA is closing the airspace around El Paso, Texas for 10 days, grounding all flights. The agency says it's for special security reasons. Now, we have not seen a closure of this magnitude since the 9/11 attacks. And a notice from the FAA reads, quote, the U.S. government may use deadly force against aircraft in the El Paso airspace if it's determined that aircraft poses an imminent security threat. This could impact international trade and travel since El Paso is one of the largest 25 largest countries, or cities in the country. We're going to update you here as soon as we learn more.
Developing overnight, we're learning more about a school shooting in British Columbia that left 10 people dead yesterday. Police say after searching the area, 2 additional people were found dead at a nearby house. The shooting is one of the deadliest in decades in Canada.
Right now, authorities are asking for help to find a missing woman they say has memory impairments. We're talking about 70-year-old Kimberly Yinkst. She was last seen in the area of Jewel Avenue and Decatur Street, a few blocks away from Ruby Hill Park here in Denver. She was driving a 2005 blue Chevy Blazer with a temporary Texas license plate. We have that license plate number right there on your screen. If you know anything, call 911 or the Denver Police Department. The Trump administration, meanwhile, wants to withhold hundreds of millions of dollars in public health and transportation funding from 4 Democrat-led states.
That list includes Colorado. Colorado Health Network is on the list for expected cuts, set to lose $371,000 in grant funding for their HIV prevention work. The program focuses on Latinx and Black communities who are disproportionately impacted by HIV, helping educate and bring testing to the community so they know their status and how to manage it. Daryl Vigil is the CEO of Colorado Health Network. He says if they lose that funding, HIV is likely to go up in Colorado and with it putting people's lives at risk.
It's just really unfortunate and unheard of to think that we would be thinking in this way, that political systems might impact health care for the most vulnerable people that we're serving in this country.
Colorado Health Network says even without the grant, they're going to continue to offer HIV testing and education. Both the governor's office and state health departments say they have not gotten any official notification from the federal government, so they don't know yet what programs may be at risk. A Weld County judge has sentenced a woman to 8 years probation for a crash that killed an off-duty deputy. Kayla Carroll pleaded guilty to vehicular homicide and reckless driving. The crash happened on Christmas Eve in 2023. Police say Carroll crashed into Joshua Malloy head-on after crossing the center line on Weld County Road 49. He had been a deputy with the Adams County Sheriff's Office for almost 3 years. The Sheriff's Office says he was a husband and father and had previously served in the U.S. Marine Corps.
A lawyer who got caught using AI to submit a legal filing will have to pay a $1,000 fine. This was first reported by our partners at Colorado Politics. The court found that she used unverified ChatGPT citations. She was representing herself while suing Frontier Airlines for discrimination in June of 2023. She cited 7 prior cases in her appeal. The problem here was those cases weren't real. She later admitted she used AI, saying that she thought the citations were accurate at the time. This appears to be the second case involving fake AI-generated citations. Judges in the case have started cautioning lawyers about using AI in legal filings without verifying those results.
The Trump administration has tried and failed to indict 6 Democrats in Congress, and among them, Congressman Jason Crow right here in Colorado. This stems from a video that they made telling U.S. service members that they don't have to follow illegal orders. This has been a longstanding policy in the armed services. However, opponents argued this was a veiled attempt to characterize legal orders as illegal ones. President Trump suggested their actions were sedition. At the time, legal experts warned prosecuting them would raise serious First Amendment concerns. In a statement, Crow wrote in part, quote, "Americans should be furious that Trump and his goons tried to weaponize our justice system against his political opponents. His attempts to intimidate and silence us will always fail."
For the first time, members of Congress were given access to all 3 million Epstein files released by the DOJ without redactions. Many are accusing the Department of Justice of a lack of transparency, including Democrat Jamie Raskin saying the DOJ is in, quote, cover-up mode. Republican Tom Massey went even further.
What I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche responded directly to some of Massey's accusations, saying that the department is committed to transparency. House Speaker Mike Johnson also stated he is convinced the DOJ is complying with everything that they're required to do. Johnson says there's still a pending report where the DOJ will explain why some of the redactions were made.